Welcome to this webinar, and today we're gonna speak about really the first couple of hours in the business for those people who just got started. And to make it simple, don't complicate the things, don't wait until you learn everything, and we will tell you exactly what you should do in your first 24 hours to get started right and to see some quick results with this business. So let me hand over to Garth now. And actually, I didn't introduce you guys. I would like to introduce you to my business partner, Garth Wright, Sonya, Reddy, and Helene Svensson. Sonya is from Ireland, Helene is from Sweden, and you probably already know Garth. He's been with NHT for, how long is it, Garth? Is it 12 years?
Oh, 11 and a half.
Oh, okay, so almost 12. So I hand over to you, Garth.
Okay, I imagine that people are listening and they expect us to speak about how to invite people to a presentation, and we are going to do that. But what I'm going to start out with is something that's based upon a training that Dan Cato did years ago, which really stuck with me. You know, he was standing on a big stage, I think it was in a conference in America actually, and he said that if you can recruit, you can make a nice income. And he said, if you can recruit and then you can train people, you can make a very good income. But if you can recruit and you can train people and you can train those people to train others, who train others, who train others, you can get rich. And I never forgot that. And I thought from that point on, I want to handle each new distributor exactly right in the best possible way so that they will become a trainer and that they will set out in the right way from the beginning, and people will duplicate them, and that will lead to success in their business. So I'm going to start out before you get to the point where we talk about what you say to attract someone to come to a presentation or hear one or view one on a Skype call or whatever. Think about this. When you sign up a new person, there's some things that you need to tell that new distributor before they run out the door and ruin their contact list. First of all, you make an appointment to meet that new person who's just signed up within 24 to 48 hours. And I say you're probably not going to have a chance to teach them these things that I'm going to tell you really quickly now, because that presentation, maybe it went an hour. And then you had question and answers for another 30 minutes. And then they finally signed up, and it took another 30 minutes. And they look at their watch and they go, you know, I only planned to be with you for an hour. I got to get out of here. I've got other places to go. You make sure that you make an appointment to meet within 24 to 48 hours with that person. You tell them, don't tell anyone you've signed up. And that's for obvious reasons. There's a lot of people out there who love to say every negative thing they can against an absolutely fantastic business like we have. So just tell them, don't say anything. Wait until we meet. Tell them, create your list. Don't judge who you put on the list. Just put down everyone. Everyone you know. A simple way is just get your mobile phone, open up your address book, and copy that. As well as think of every person that you meet on the way to work. You pick up your cappuccino, you drop off your dry cleaning, you know somebody in the grocery store, whatever. These are all people you can add to your contact list. They want to make sure they have that list ready when you have that first meeting. Tell this new person, create some income goals, how much money you want to make in the first 30 days, 60, 90 days, year, and some material goals, things that you're just going to buy just that you wanted for a long time, and now you're going to have the extra money to buy. What would they be? Write those down. Decide which hours you can devote to the business, because some people come in and they've got all the time in the world. Maybe they've saved their money, they have a retirement income, whatever. They've got the time, but other people come in and they've got a very specific, extremely busy schedule, and now they're going to squeeze in a new business on a part-time basis. Tell them, please try to decide which hours you can devote to the business. Then review the NHT Global website. Try to look at it and get a good idea of the products and the company and the compensation plan, just review that website. And then during that 24 to 48 hours, don't be surprised if you get a call or an email from one of your upline leaders who wants to welcome you to our business, because we had a lot of support from our upline. This is a family business and we work together and support each other. So these are things you want to say to the person who just signs up before they get this special training, which Dalibor is going to tell you about right now.
Okay, thank you, Garth. So now what you do when you meet your new distributor for the first time. Let's start with the easiest things you need to do, and you need to have business cards, because when you are in business you need to have a business card so you can hand it to someone, somebody who you meet on the street. You meet some old friend and you have to have your business card, so you need to show them the business card. Then many people, it's surprising surprise for me, but still many people don't know how to use Skype. So if those people who you sign up don't have a Skype, please help them to sign up on Skype. It's for free and it will make your communication much easier and much cheaper. Even if you are in the same city, it's still much easier to get 3 people on one call on Skype and share the screen, share the presentation and do stuff online rather than driving like 2 hours somewhere and to do the meeting with this person. Then you have to go through the products very quickly, so the new person, so the new distributor, understand first of all how to use them for him or herself, and of course he has to have the idea what we are actually selling. So you go quickly through the product. When I'm saying quickly, you don't need to go into details. You don't need to know everything. You have to know what the product is for, like facelift removes wrinkles in 30 minutes. Allura is a sexual enhancer. That's it. You have to know how to use them, but it's another training. And of course, you have to understand and focus also on network marketing part of our business, because there are many people who see the products and see the price list, see the end user price and the price they're buying it for, and then they immediately think that yes, this is great business where I can make money by selling the products, which is of course true, but that's not the only way how we make money. So you have to explain people that there are 2 different approaches, not different, but 2 approaches, and you should be doing ideally both of them, because if you're selling products on the beginning, if you just got started, then it's quick money for you, because you show the product, people are excited, they give you the money, you give them the product and you earn money. While from long-term perspective for you, it's much better to have these people registered under you and be your customers or be your business partners, because from, again, long-term perspective, it will give you more money than what you can earn when you just selling the products yourself, because you can make money not from the product you sell yourself, but from the sales in your whole organization. Now, I would also focus on how to approach people, different type of people, men, women, how to do it over phone and those things, because many people, one of the most scary things to do is to do a phone call in front of somebody. So what I'm usually doing is that I show people, I tell people how to do the first phone call when they call someone, and I explain them the difference, how they should approach men and women. With men, we usually focus on money and the business part of our opportunity. With women, we would focus on the products. So if I talk to women and I would like to do a first meeting, I would like to invite her for the first meeting and just let her know that I got started in a new business. I just called the number. I asked her if she has a couple of minutes, and I would tell her something like this: "Hi, Helen. Let's, for example, do you have a minute?" "Yes, I do." Then, well, I got started with new business. We have great products. For example, facelift mask, which removes wrinkles in 30 minutes. And I would like to hear your opinion, or I would like to know if you are interested to have a look. And for most women, if you tell them this, then they would say, "Yeah, why not? I would like to. I would like to have a look. I would like to try it." So you can immediately set up the first presentation. Of course, if you know when the product comes, then you set up the first presentation, and you invite her for the presentation to your home, where your sponsor will be with you and do the presentation with you together. There are different approaches when you talking to people, if you meet them somewhere and if you do it over the phone. I personally prefer doing it over the phone in most cases because it's more professional. In most situations, when you meet somebody on the street, they are not prepared to hear from you about any business. You know, they are in the middle of something. They just are happy that they met you, and they are not ready to listen to a whole presentation from you. So this is something what you should avoid. And even if you're meeting with people from your work at work every day, then I would wait until you get home and then call them, and because over the phone you have everything under control. You can check if they have time, and you can just tell them a few information, and you can tell them that you need to show them the business and show them the product, which they understand that over the phone it's not possible. So these are just very simply ways how to approach the first people. I would also suggest, when you're talking to family members or people who you know very well, that's my experience. If I tell them that it's a network marketing straight away, they are much more open to meet with me. And even if they have some prejudices about this kind of business, they are quite surprised that I'm not trying to hide it in front of them, that it's a network marketing, and they are more open to meet me. So I would just go like, "Hello, John. Do you have a minute?" "Yes, I do." "Well, I just got started with a new business. It's network marketing. It's a 15 years old company. It's just getting started in this country. Would you be interested to have a look at this business opportunity?" And if they are totally against network marketing, they would probably tell you, "No, I'm not into network marketing." But that's fine, because you will not waste your time with people who don't understand what network marketing is, and they are not open at all to learn what network marketing is all about. And with this approach, I had a pretty good success with people. I expected from them that they wouldn't be open to listen to me at all. So if I was open, I didn't try to hide anything in front of them. They were pretty much open, and maybe they were then ready to become a customer, because I told them about the products, and they were like, "Wow, that's interesting. I saw all the other companies, and it didn't seems to me that it's interesting product, but you guys have pretty interesting products." So now I would like to welcome. Let's say start with Sonya. So Sonya, I will give you the mic. If you can, I just muted you. If you can tell your experience when you speaking to people for the first time and you want to invite them for the first presentation. So what's your experience? How you do that?
Hi, everybody. Hello from Ireland. Well, I've been involved with Natural Health Trends. We like to call the company Natural Health Trends because it opens a whole load of, conversation pieces straight away. And when people say to us, what are you doing now? It's a great way to explain. When you say NHT, I'm working with a company called NHT, and it opens a door then to talking about the products. But our experience, we've had lots of different experiences here, inviting people to home demos or business presentations, and we've tried lots of ways, and we've been successful and unsuccessful depending on how we've done it. But usually I find, first of all, if you've got a lot of excitement in your voice, right, people pick up on excitement straight away. So some people can say, "Hey, you look great," and you go, "Oh yeah, you want to see these products that we've got involved in." Or we might contact a person and say, "We've just got involved with a company and they've got the most amazing products, and you've just got to come and try them." And we're having a home demo. It's a good way to approach people, because if they can feel the excitement, and you say it's a 30-minute non-surgical facelift, it absolutely works. You've got to try this. I mean, keep it simple, but be absolutely positive about what you're saying to the people, and they will pick up on your excitement, and they will want to come. But I just find that being involved with the company for a while now, it's just natural. As you're tripping over people all the time, and it just comes up in casual conversation. Even if they say, "Oh, I've got a pain in my head," or "I've got this," it's easy to say, "We've got a product. You've got to try this." Because if you're listening to the people, they actually are giving you they're opening the door for you to actually, present your idea to them. So for new distributors, the first thing that we would suggest they do, apart from make their list, is to have a home party and invite people to it, and have a little bit of excitement in your voice. Be really excited about the product and say, "Oh, I've just tried this. It's unbelievable. You've got to come and try it," and invite them to the house. What we did at the start, we spoke when we started off first, and if this helps anybody, we were so excited about every product that we tried to talk about all the products all at once, right? And we sort of felt that we confused people. So over time, we learned to, curtail our excitement about all of the products and not force too much information on people. And we focused specifically on one or two products. And the one or two products that we tend to focus on is the 30-minute non-surgical facelift and the Allura. And we did find that, new distributors can be a little bit slow or shy maybe to talk about Allura. The facelift is very easy to talk about, obviously, because you can show the video while you're trying it on. People can see it. Lots of testimonials from the girls that have been using it, and it's very easy to get excited about it. The Allura, we found ourselves in the beginning that we were a little bit shy to talk about the Allura. But the best way to talk about it is to be very professional, because when you look at the Allura, I mean, we introduce it as a female intimacy cream, say it's developed by a board-certified gynecologist, that it has Nobel Prize-winning research behind it. If you're very, very professional about how you introduce it, people start listening, and be very excited about it as well, because talk about all the other uses that it has. And we find that when we give testimonials, the testimonials work so much better than just giving the benefits of the product. So we've got so many distributors here now and people that have been using the product, and they've got lots and lots and lots of uses and found lots of things that Allura works on. And when we would have somebody stand up and say their daughter has mouth ulcers, and they've been to all kinds of doctors, couldn't get anything that would help, and suddenly they started using Allura, and it has reduced the length of, they would have mouth ulcers for maybe 12 days, and now they're only lasting 3 or 4, and the Allura is working. Another story, lots of people are using it for cuts and scrapes. I myself cut my finger. I could not believe the speed at which the Allura actually cured my finger. We have so many stories with people using it for migraines and headaches. I just think you could talk about Allura forever. So we went from not being able to talk about Allura to not being able to shut up about Allura. and it's really a product that, you know, people are fascinated with. And I usually say things like, you know, everybody should have a bottle of Allura. Every single person, men, women, you know, it works for so many things that it's the one product that I think everybody should have. So I just find that the excitement coming from whoever is doing a presentation, kind of, it's contagious and people get excited. So, you know, rather than just pick a whole load of products and throw a whole load of information at people, giving the stories work so much better than just trying to fill somebody with too much information.
Okay, thank you, Sonya. So this is a great example how you can very simply use this approach through the product to people like part-time moms, friends from your job, or everybody, most of the people you meet. But now I would like to ask Helen to talk about the approach if you really want to sell people on the business opportunity and talk to experienced network marketers, talk to people who are very busy, talk to entrepreneurs. So Helen, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Dalibor. Well, first of all, I would say that what Garth was telling in the beginning, that he has this, if you did this, then you would get rich. If you do this, you would get a fortune, and so on. I actually had the same advice. It was just a little bit different, that if I would get a fortune, I would have to be on the stage and I would have to take responsibility for my business. And to be honest, that was really, really terrifying. And I decided to, okay, I'm just going to do it. And I think this is really what it's all about when it comes to network. It's to face your fear, to actually do it. And why I'm telling you this is because when it comes to invite people, there is a lot of people that are so afraid of the phone and just make the phone calls. The phone has never been more heavier than when it's, you know, when you have to make these phone calls and do this, you know, when you have to invite people to a meeting or whatever. And as Jim Rohn used to say, is what's easy to do is also easy not to do, which means that when you have this, let's say you have to do a couple of phone calls for, let's say you have an idea that you're going to invite 10 people for a meeting, and then suddenly, you know, it's so much better on the TV right now, or you have something else that is more important, and you make up all these things that makes it more important than actually do what you have to do. So I think discipline is what's needed first of all, and you treat it as a business, because if you treat it as a hobby, then that's what you're going to get. So treat your business as a business, because this is really, you know, the way to make your dreams come true. And that's really what I'm into, and that's what's big for me. It's not that, you know, you have all these obstacles and you have all these things you have to get over, but if you actually have a dream and you have something you really would like to do, then you're just going to make this happen. And so what you do is you just decide that, okay, today I'm going to sit down, I'm going to make these phone calls, and it's going to take me, let's say, an hour, or I'm going to have 10 appointments for today, or whatever you decide. And you do that like you would do if you had a regular job, where you just do your job. And it's the same with this one. So mentally, you have to decide that this is what I'm going to do. And then I'm talking a lot to people that are top executives or people that are in, you know, very high in the society. And what I've seen a lot is that people normally prejudge before they start calling. And it doesn't really matter if it's whatever category it is, but I've seen it, I would say 100 times out of 100, that you make a list, and when you start doing that list with people, you decide that, no, that person doesn't have time, or no, this person has enough to do, or he has a lot of money, or whatever, so he's actually not going to be interested. And instead of doing that, you just have to have that mental ID that you're actually going to talk to everyone. Your thing is not to judge whether it's a good business for that person or not. Your thing is to just show the business to everyone. That's all the rest. It doesn't really matter, because the thing is that anyone can do this business. This business is for everyone, but everyone is not for this business. And it's not up to you to decide whether it's for you or for that person or not. It's up to you to show the business. And if you can just have that mentality, then it won't be a problem for you to talk to anyone. And what I do is, normally when I just invite someone, first of all, I stand up, because I think that's very important, that you have, you get more energy, you're more focused, you're more energized, and then you have to dress for business. You probably heard this dress for success, which means that when you're dressed up and you're not in your PJ or whatever, bathrobe or whatever, then you have a different attitude, you have a different mentality, and that's very important. Even though you're sitting at your home and you don't have anyone seeing you, it's still important for you, for your voice, for your attitude. So just dress up, be professional, and keep it professional all the way. And what I do is I keep it very short. So I'm just telling them, sorry, I just have 2 minutes. I'm calling you right now because I found this amazing business. I want to show it to you. I cannot talk to you about it right now, but please, can we have like 30 minutes somewhere and I will just show it to you. And use a lot of energy, as Sonya was saying, like have this energy, be happy, be energized, and that's what I do. And that in itself attract a lot of attention, just to have the energy, because that's what people like, especially people who are working a lot. That's what they do. And another thing that I do is I address the person itself. If I would talk to someone like a stay-home mom, I would probably say, I found a business where I can help mothers to stay home one more year with their kids, because in Sweden we can stay home for a year. So I would say you can stay home one more year without cutting down on your income. And if I would talk to a CEO, I would say you can. I found a business where you can actually be more with your family, but you don't have to cut down on your income. So it's all about talking to the person itself, not to. I don't have any general thing that you use for everyone. It's up, it's really down to that person, because I think that's important, that you are talking to that person, and when you actually have the presentations, you talk with that person. And you also have to see that sometimes it's not the right thing for that person to do. It's all about timing. So to me, it's, this is a people business, but it's also we're giving them a way to achieve their dreams. But they have to realize that, and that's our job more than anything else. Yeah, Dalibor, that's about it.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Helene. And let's move to the next slide then. So now I really strongly recommend you guys that you do the first few calls together with your new distributor. You have to first set up the time when you meet, or where you meet physically or online, and you do the first calls together. So if I do it with somebody in the cafe or in his home, that's simple. If I do it with somebody on distance, then I'm listening on Skype. I just mute myself and he or she is picking up her phone and doing the call. I don't actually need to hear what she or he is saying, because I'm not that interested what these people answer. I'm only interested if this new distributor doing it right, if they are not spoiling that new contact right away. And if they do some mistakes, I just put some notes, and then after the call, we go through that and we do some adjustments. So I'm sure after 3, 4, 5 calls that this person knows how to call people. The general way, it's not, as Helen said, you adjust the approach accordingly to the person you are talking to. But if you are new to the business, just use the general approach. And what I also do to make people feel more relaxed in the first phone calls, because for many people it's like the worst thing ever what can happen in their life, to start talking in front of somebody over the phone. So I will just tell them, can you think about somebody who is really negative, who you believe that will not be interested in the business, in the products? They will immediately say, no, that's not for me. And we do these calls, like 2 or 3 calls to these negative people. And surprisingly, when we do it this way, when let's say I had this call with one guy who said, well, my sister is very negative. I said, okay, go ahead, do this approach, tell her right away that it's a network marketing. And because she is a woman, he said about the facelift very quickly in just 10, 20 seconds. And she said, well, as you know, I'm not interested in any network marketing, but the product sounds very, very interesting. So can I try it, or can I come to you to see how it works? So first of all, it will help those people to go through that fear. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to do that. And you show them that it's completely okay. That even people they thought that they will be absolutely negative, some of them, actually many of them, are open to listen. And then you just let them talk to their prospects after testing it, So, and they don't have to be nervous that if they screw it up, that they will lose the contact, because they thought that they will not join them anyway. So then, of course, you have to set up the time for the first presentation with those new people. If those people are local to you, then, and of course you have to check in the back office when the product comes. And if you are close to them, then you should give them your products and come to the presentation with your products. And once the product comes, they will give you the product back. So nobody can wait, nobody have to wait until they receive their package. So you can set up the presentation for the next day after they sign up, and you go there to the for the presentation as a sponsor, and you do the whole presentation for them. There are just few. We have another trainings on how to do the presentations, but very, very quickly, it should be very simple. You should not involve any alcohol, not cooking a turkey. Just tea, coffee, or water is fine, because when people eat, they don't listen. So you should just keep it very simple, so everybody can duplicate it. Some nice calm music can help, but nothing else. You don't need to have anything special. And then you as a sponsor do the whole presentation yourself. Even if you got started very like few days ago, you can use the online tools. So you can tell them, look, I just got started in the business. I have the presentation here on my laptop, so we can watch the presentation. It's just 20 minutes. Then if these people are not local to you, so you cannot meet with them, then you set up exactly the same, but without you being present on the presentation. So you just set up the Skype, and you can call in on Skype video and do the presentation this way. You can also you should also show people how to use the online tools, how to send the presentation to somebody over email. There is a lot of different presentations on Feel Young, on YouTube channel, on Feel Young YouTube channel, on Steam Team. So the 20-minute video is perfect, because most people can watch it in very shortly and have the basic understanding what the business is all about, and then you set up the time with them for the follow-up. And the very important thing is, of course, to set up some activity plan for next 2 weeks with this new distributor, and set up exact days and hours when you do next call, next follow-up, next meeting, etc., etc. And you should do some 90 days plan of action, so the new person understand that this is a business. This is, if again, as Alan said, if you want to treat it as a hobby, you can expect hobby checks. If you treat it as a business, then you get the business checks. So this is probably everything what I wanted to cover on this slide. So I hand over to you, Garth. No, actually that's my part here. I want to promote the European events because it's a great opportunity for us in Europe to get people's attention, to invite doctors, professionals to meet with Dr. Thompson and listen to his presentation. And what you can do, you can download from email, which will be sent probably on Monday. There are these 2 flyers with Dublin and Göteborg, and there is a free white space on the bottom, and you can use this editor and put your name and your phone number and hand it out, send it via email, send it via WhatsApp, via Skype, and send it out to your contacts, put it on Facebook, anywhere. So these leaflets will be sent out on Monday, and there will be, in the email will be this link included, so you can very simply edit the leaflet and put your personal name and phone number. So I hand over to you, Garth.
Okay. I'd actually, I want to talk about these events that are coming up in Chicago and Atlanta. And I know that we have some people on the phone who are listening to this webinar now who are going to meet me for the first time. Actually, face-to-face, it'll be my first time getting together with one of my top leaders, if you can imagine, Andreas Papakostas, for a fantastic event in Bolingbrook, which is a suburb of Chicago. And, you know, Andreas is a total professional. He's always positive. If you watch any of his videos, the guy just seems like he's on fire all the time. And I love being around people like that. I can't wait for my plane to hit the ground there and to meet this guy and just kind of absorb some of his energy. I know after a long trip, this is really going to pick me up, and I am going to give 110,000% at that meeting. I know that's not possible, but I'm going to give everything I can in that evening presentation, and I'm really excited about that. Really excited to work with Andreas. And then that's on October 1st. It's on a Thursday evening. And then I'm going to Atlanta, and I'm going to have there the luxury of a whole Saturday. So I'm going to spend time with Twana and her team, and we're going to help really just launch the Atlanta and Georgia and that southern market in a big, big way. And I know that Twana is the right person to do that with, because I've really enjoyed talking with her and learning about her mentality of success, and it is tremendous. Really, I'll tell you. So we're going to do a business presentation there, and then I'm going to do all afternoon training. We've got the room till 6 o'clock. I'm just going to pour everything I can into that training time, and then I'm going to stay around until forever with anybody who wants to spend time with me and talk about this business and ways to be successful. And I just hope at both of these events that everybody will turn it on right now, recruiting right now, because that's the way that you build for events. You don't wait and just invite people to the actual meeting, but you recruit now, because when you get a new distributor who signed up in the business and made that financial commitment, and they're excited, and they're just, you know, in the stream, in the focus, they will contact everybody with an enthusiasm that those of us who've been around for many years, we just wish we still had. And they make us excited. So you sign up some new people this week and get them to the event, they will bring mountains of people and could set you up with your financial freedom for life just from a couple of events like this. So I'm really excited about these two events. Can you go to the next slide? All right, Valurlux. What can I say? Dalibor and I were in Hong Kong. I'm just going to tell this again. Put up with me. But we're in Hong Kong. We're sitting in this event with 7,000 people. It's the first evening. It's Friday night. And I'm watching Dr. Thompson. And I love this guy, you know, because, I mean, he invented Allura. He really helped the company rocket to a fast start. And then it's been a core product ever since in these 14 and a half, almost 15 years. But then what does he do? He turns around and goes into his lab and he formulates a product which is 8 times more powerful than his original Valura formulation, the product for men, to enhance their size. And he reported in Hong Kong that when men use this in his clinical studies, on average, they experienced a consistent, permanent change of an increase in size of 30%, some a little less, some a little more. Well, you know, I'm from a conservative Christian evangelical background, and it's hard for me to even imagine standing in a room and talking about this product. But on the other hand, I know that when you get a product like this in your network marketing company and it's coming out, the speed at which you can build your business and that your whole business can explode in size, your check can explode in size, your income, your financial freedom, the ability to recruit, it's really just unbelievable. So you know what? I'm going to learn how to explain this product. I may be mumbling my way through a lot of presentations, but people are going to understand what I'm talking about. And you got to realize NHT Global is no longer, and no guy can tell me, because I've heard this many times, listen, I like your company, you got a lot of great products, but mainly I think it's kind of a woman's deal. That is not the story any longer. This is the company for every man and every woman, and we've got the products, we've got the marketing plan, we've got the leadership to support us. We've got the incredible growth record. We've got the Fortune magazine story, second fastest publicly traded company in the world in the year 2015. We have it all. The question is, are you going to turn it on now? Are you going to decide, I am going to turn this on like I've never done in my life before, because in the next 90 days, 6 months, 1 year maximum, you can collapse the time frame. You can do more for your lifetime financial success in this next year than the last 5 or 10 combined. And you don't want to miss this opportunity. You just need to get up and make it happen. And the fact that Dr. Thompson is going to be in Dublin and tell this story and explain the product and hold it up for us to see, the guy who made it, and then he's going to do that in Göteborg, the European business is going to just explode. And if I have anything to do about it, and Andreas and Twana have anything to do about it, the business in the Chicagoland area and the Atlanta area is going to do the same thing. And the question is, wherever you are you going to make it happen for you? Because ultimately, it's your decision, it's your time, it's your life. Will you do it? Or let this opportunity pass? Don't let it pass. Go for it now.